Vivian Paley, page 60, continuing on working towards our child study for Jason. The children and I seem to spend a lot of time pretending Jason is part of our activities. Though our means are quite different, I wonder if our purposes might be the same, to make Jason fulfill our expectations. My approach is to act as if Jason is purposefully making a contribution to the group, even when it is clear that is not his intention. In music, for example, we were singing Paw Paw Patch. I don't know that song. A great favorite. Each child in turn sits inside a large crate pretending to be lost, while another child skips around trying to find the lost person. We sing, "Where, oh, where is our friend Lily Paw?" until the partner discovers her and the two skip along back together to their seats. Jason refuses his turn. "My blade's broken," he tells me. However, when I suggest that he put his helicopter in the crate and pretend to find it, he agrees to the plan. The children think it's a wonderful idea and decide to follow suit. Arlene hides her doll inside the crate. Joseph uses his snake as a partner, and the game continues in Jason's way. The problem is, I'm the one who calls it Jason's way. I continue to remind everyone that this is his idea, but Jason pays little attention once his turn is over. After a while, the children switch back to people partners, and Jason's way is forgotten. That Jason has been singled out for special attention is good, but to give him credit for the idea just because he agreed to go along with it briefly is confusing and dishonest as well. The children know which ideas are theirs and which are mine, and I must be careful in my desire that Jason become a full participant, not to obscure the truth. I didn't pretend that Joseph had the idea for substituting numerical symbols for the Once Upon a Time column. Having faith in Joseph, I took his exact words, "say it fast," and added my own idea to help the plan work. The children perceived the distinction between Joseph's role and mine. My idea was not even clear to them until Alex envisioned the long tree with a robber sitting inside the night. If nothing else does it, this experience ought to teach me never to pretend an idea of mine has come from a child. As for Jason and the Paw Paw Patch, I should have said Jason doesn't want a partner, so I suggested he might want to use his helicopter. The children are far more direct in their strategies, and it is easier for Jason to examine and think about what they say and do. In the following examples from the doll corner, Jason again refuses to participate, as he did in the music room, but the children would not allow him to escape from accepting a token of responsibility to the group for making a fantasy work. Jason is seated alone at the doll corner table, rolling out Play-Doh into snake-like shapes, when Simon, Edward, and Lily enter. "Oh, good," Edward said. "There's a snake hunter. Hey, me too, Jason. You catch the animals to cook. I shot at a tiger." Jason moves his helicopter closer to snake collection and covers them with his hands as the children continue to organize the scene. "Me and Lily are the cookers," Simon says. I'm the hunter waitress. "But who's Jason?" Lily wants to know. Jason will not respond, and it is seen as a problem. Unlike the music room, where the children expect the teacher to say, "Okay, you can just watch," or the block area where a child can build a self-contained unit, the doll corner houses one drama at a time. An unresponsive occupant may cause the same concern as would a stranger seated at our kitchen table at home. Is this fair? The children think so, and luckily for Jason, there is no adult present to apply a different sort of logic. "Jason, yes or no? Are you a hunter?" Edward persists. Simon clarifies the rules. "No helicopters, Jason. You can be a hunter or a waitress." "Or a dad," Lily says, hopefully. "No, Lily, I'm the dad hunter, or he could be a robber. Robbers, robbers, robbers in the restaurant. Call the police." Edward, it seemed, has now decided Jason must go, or the plot will never be advanced. "No helicopters in the restaurant. This is only for hunters and waitresses and a dad and a mom." "Okay, so..." Jason suddenly rises, looks around him with a frown, and removes all doubt. "I'm a helicopter person that comes to a different restaurant." Abruptly, he leaves the doll corner and heads for his airport in the blocks. As he passes the story table, he says to me, "This is a helicopter restaurant, not for robbers, not for hunters, and not for waitresses. Is it only for you? Me and Sarah. Sarah, your baby sister? Me. Only me. My music lesson was little more than a pleasant diversion, but the doll corner exercise arouses Jason's initiative and expands the boundaries of his play. He will not be a hunter or a waitress. He will be a helicopter person in a different restaurant. So much are his real feelings touched. He is able to consider the possibility of including Sarah. The differences in emotional impact between my activities and the children's are further demonstrated the following day when a lost and found theme and a story of Lily's explodes into new play for Jason. Paw Paw Patch appears to deal with the same topic, but her tiny story has the ring of truth. A little girl is losted. The mother finded her. Losted, 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 Jason echoes, covering up his helicopter. Find it, find it, find it, he continues, holding it aloft. Lily has given Jason usable material. Jason does not normally say lost it and find it. In a story shortly thereafter, he says the helicopter didn't spin higher. It was lost. Ooh, I find it. But lost it and find it carry more power than many rather bland Paw Paw Patch game, in which all parts are equally interchangeable. Lily's little girl, lost and recovered, strikes at the heart of the matter. Later, Trish questions my interpretation. Lily has been telling lost girl stories for months. Why does Jason suddenly incorporate the idea into his play and his story? I think Paw Paw Patch did it. You think I pushed the lost and find it example too far? I just feel so certain that these emotional references in play and stories far outweigh anything the children find in our lessons. You mean find it? Yes, which reminds me I lost my glasses. Have you seen them? They're upstairs on the piano. But wait, I've got something here in my notes I want to ask you about. Did you notice the children playing library yesterday? Sure I did. It was lovely. The cards, the shelves, alphabetically arranged. By the way, I helped them do it. Do you really like it, Vivian? Trisha's question surprises me. Of course I did. You didn't tape it. Wasn't I taping stories? But you often move the tape recorder when something interesting is going on somewhere else. So that's why you think I didn't find the library play interesting? Not in the way you do the straight-out fantasy play. Girl has been silent until now. Trish means you don't talk about what Samantha says when she's librarian as much as when she's Jason's mommy. You have a point there, though surely the library play is a certain kind of fantasy play, isn't it? Aren't they pretending to be grown-up librarians and big school children? But you didn't tape it, Trish insists. And you didn't tape the grocery store play or the movers wrapping up the toys and newspaper either. You keep track of what I tape? Sure, it tells me what interests you the most. Okay, here's a quick answer. Maybe I expect more surprises, more things I can't anticipate, more secrets revealed as the plot and the camouflage thickens. But Trish, does this worry you? Yes, it does, because I think I prefer the other, the real stuff. The real stuff? Play that is meant to look as real as possible. I'm more comfortable with a librarian or a moving man than with Wonder Woman and Batman. As a teacher, I find more connections to the children when we're involved together. In nonfiction play, Trish, really, I very much value the library dramas and moving day and those marvelous facsimiles in the blocks and sand while the gas company was laying new pipes outside, and Joseph at the toll booth and Dana selling cups of water at the juice stand. I do tape this play, but you're right, not nearly as often as the fantasy play. That's more similar to the children's storytelling. Do the children tell more of those fantasy tales because you like it more, Gail wonders? Or do I like it more because they seem to like it more? Because they seem more spontaneous and articulate in the telling of their invented fairy tales. Vivian, just tell me one thing, William. Aren't both kids and kinds of dramatic play equally important? Absolutely, as long as there are both kinds. You know, Trish, most teachers do prefer your real stuff. Anyway, here's a question for you. When Jason's helicopter flies into O'Hare and Midway, is it the real stuff or real fantasy? It's real Jason, Gail answers.